Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is January 23rd, 2025. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Um, I don't know I don't know, I felt guided to do a YouTube video before I started my day. What is this going to be about? I don't know. Before we continue any further, hi, my name is B. Just in case if you're new to my channel, if you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. Okay. If you in the South, hopefully you are managing well in this snow. I'm in Atlanta. It's been a little crazy. Uh, I hope you had a good week. It's currently Thursday, Jupiter Day, and yeah. Again, I don't know exactly where this is gonna go. I woke up. I started my laundry. I set up my camera. I'm here. So it's a surprise to me, like it's a surprise to y'all. We just gonna flow with the motion to see where it's going. Um, Quick announcements. Tarot classes are starting February the 7th, 2025. They will be hosted on Patreon. The link for my Patreon can be found down below in the description box. 2025 yearly Oprah review readings are also still available till about the mid of February. You can also find that on my website, which can be located down below in the description box. Everything else you want to find about me to get to know me or find me on my other platforms can be found down below in the description box. Okay, I have to be at work at 10:30, so this ain't gonna be super duper long. I feel like I say that all the time, and then it'll be a little longer than I expected for it to be. But yeah, I don't even know how I want to start, what cards I want to start with. I feel kind of guided to start with these. So yeah, let's kind of dive in. I got my tea over here steeping, so you'll see me kind of pick that up. Hopefully I don't burn the hell out of my mouth. And yeah, let's just kind of see where today goes. How about that? Like, share, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. It sends us into the algorithm. And yeah, so let's see. I feel like my cards are extra loud today too. I'm trying not to be extra loud myself. Like there was something on my shirt. I'm still waking up if you can't tell. Anyway, I haven't had coffee, but we gonna hope that this tea do a little something. Um, Give me a card to start out with for the collective. For what we need to know, January 23rd, 2025. This is a timeless reading, so if you find this at any given point in your life, there still could be messages that resonate. So give me some something. Give me some something for the collective. What do we need to know? What is the energy at this time for the collective? Chiron is the card that came out, so healing could be a thing. Libra is also here. Bottom of the deck, we have Leo. So this could be revolving around partnerships, kind of picking up an energy of partnership. So for some of you, there could be healing surrounding a partnership that could be very prominent for you right now. Now is the time I'm kind of seeing or intuitively feeling. Now is the time to really like make amends with what was. Really let go of what was, really heal, really cry it out if you need to. Like this kind of makes me feel like there could be an energy of like pent up hurt, pent up sadness, that could be coming up right now at this time for you to address it, deal with it, process it, right? Even for myself, I know sometimes I can be a part of my collective. Y'all know I like to make these a little interpersonal. So I know even for myself, like I kind of had to take a moment to kind of like process some feelings that were coming up pertaining like my past connection and like how I guess I never really grieved that or I never really like allowed myself to feel it. Um, and I mean, of course, I'm processing. I've been processing, but sometimes right when you think, excuse me, that you're done healing, something else comes up. Healing is not linear, right? So I don't care how many times you cried about it, keep crying until you feel like you're done crying, right? Sometimes that's where people kind of get worked up at, where it's just like, oh, well, I've cried about this. I'm tired of crying about this. When do I stop crying about it? You might not ever stop crying about it. And you just have to be okay with that. Healing is not linear. There might always be something that you think about or see or something that you hear that trigger you that takes you back to a particular place, back to a particular person, back to a particular situation where it's like, damn, that really hurt me though. Like, why that really hurt my feelings? Why that really let me down? I'm really disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that this person was a real friend. I was hoping that this person was a real lover. I was hoping that this family member was really, like, genuinely showing me love and not fucking with me because it's beneficial for them, right? These are the things that matter. Okay. The Libra card says the idealist. The Leo card says the lover. So again, you could be having some ideals about love, and as you kind of think about it, it could be triggering you. Okay. This Libra card is also making me feel like make sure you balance yourself. Okay. Especially when it comes to healing, sometimes we can be so thrown to one side or thrown to the other one. You know what I'm saying? With healing, it can be so whatever I don't see, I'm done crying about this. I don't want to keep crying about it. Like, I'm just gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna move on. And sometimes you can go all the way to the other side where you like, my life is over. I hate everything. Nobody likes me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of get to judging yourself. Find a nice middle ground. You want to keep progressing, but you don't want to stay stuck at the sadness. Uh, Empress Sin over on Twitter. I just still love her so much. Shout out to her. I remember years ago, she said something that just always stuck with me. That said, if you gonna cry, cry moving forward. Don't get wrapped up on what was in the past. You still looking behind you. Move forward. Keep moving. Keep your feet moving. But cry while you do it. Wipe your face while you do it. Right? Keep moving though. Don't get stuck at the hurt. Don't get stuck at the crying. You gotta cry and move. Right? Because this is about progress. This is about balance. It's about honoring your emotions while still honoring that, look, life goes on. Yeah, the heartbreak sucks. Yeah, the friendship breakup sucks, but life keeps moving. I can't get stuck at that. I can't let that define me. I can't let that stop me. I can't let that block me. I have to keep moving. Bills got to get paid. My kids still got to get taken care of. My life still has to be lived to the fullest. Okay? Making sure that you're not having too much pride. Leo at the bottom of the deck is also a card of pride, right? Not wanting to cry, right? That's that small bit of you where it's just like, oh, well, I'm whatever. I'm not going to cry about this. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to move on and beautify myself, and I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to get my lashes done, and I'm not even going to think about it. It's just like, no, you still going to think about it. I don't care how pretty you love your hair and think your hair is, or how fly you just got your nails. At the end of the day, once you come home and you lay in that bed, you still going to think about it. It's still going to be on your mind. It's still going to be eating at you in the back of your conscience. So how are we actively working through these things to be aware, to make sure we're not judging ourselves, to make sure we're not torn in between? How are we allowing ourselves to process this and giving ourselves grace to process this? The same love that you give to somebody else, if you walk through Walmart and you saw them sobbing and bawling their eyes out, and how you stop and go, oh my God, are you okay? The same love and compassion you give to your homegirls and your homeboys to say, oh my God, like, what, wait, let's sit down, let's talk about this. Do you want a hug? Do you need a hug? You need to listen in ear? Like, you want me to come over, bring some wine and some ice cream? Like what do you need from me? That same love is what you need to be giving to yourself at this time. Let's jump over to these cards real quick. I don't know. I kind of want to use these. I feel like I haven't used these in a while. Okay, give me a couple of cards for the collective. What do we need to know? The snow looks so cute to look at. I can't stand being out in it. Charlie took me 2 hours to get home the other day. And I stay 15 minutes away from my motherfucking job. It took me 2 hours to get home. Thank God the person that was driving knew some back roads. Because, honey, it would have took me 3 if we didn't catch it in time and catch the back roads. Give me some cards for the collective. Guardian in the Gate flew out on top of this healing card. So for some of you, not healing is keeping your own self stuck. Your own inability to heal, your own inability to process, your own inability to be soft with yourself and to allow yourself and have grace with yourself on this process is what's kind of keeping you blocked and kind of allowing you to stand in your own way from seeing things blossom. Goddess of the Moon, you're being intuitively, so the message that I'm getting, if you feel like you've been having a go of it, especially because we had this full moon in Cancer, I think yesterday or so was the Mercury to Mars opposition, because I think if I remember correctly, Mercury is in Capricorn, Mars is in Cancer, and I think they finally touched. You're being stirred up right now. A lot of things are being stirred up within you. I heard for some of you, this is not the time to try to keep balance. So if you got a lot going on internally and you trying to keep a balance and a hold on your emotions, now isn't the time to really keep balance. For some of you, you need to kind of just allow yourself to fling to the other side so you can bring yourself back. Does that make sense? Sometimes you got to kind of smack the bottom to kind of reach the top again. Sometimes you got to let yourself fall apart to put yourself back together again. So this feels like for some of you, you're being like almost intuitively, spiritually, deliberately stirred up. So that way you can really like work this out. For some of you, you've been holding on to this and like trying to repress it for so long to where now you kind of being slapped around with your emotions. So that way you can really like look at them. Stop trying to like people please yourself is kind of what this is giving. You know how again sometimes as people we don't want to deal with the emotion. We don't want to cry. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna do all of the stuff that I like. I'm gonna distract myself at the gym, and then I'm gonna go work all of these endless hours, and then I'm gonna go watch TV and throw myself into the new whatever series to keep from thinking about it. And it's like, no, think about it. Be mad, be angry, break some shit, scream, cry, shout, journal, go to a kickboxing class and envision that's that motherfucker face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really, really like sit in this and process it. It's like a lot of lingering residual like feelings that's still being had that you're being made to like really purge is kind of what I'm seeing. For some of you, you might need to go near some water. This eye is giving me like water. So for some of you, you might need to go buy some water. Maybe that'll help you. Like, it's snowing here, but wherever you are in the world, like get buy some water. Like for some of you, even if you came and you like, it's snowing, or I stayed wherever the fuck in Timbuktu and it ain't no lakes or dams or oceans, get in the shower, take a bath, and just immerse yourself and allow yourself to just cry in the shower if you feel like that's the most comfortable. Go by a lake, a dam, a river, an ocean, the beach, and like cry that shit out. So for some of you, it really does work that way. But it's like a heavy emphasis on like whatever is coming up right now. You need to like really release that. Yeah, the world card. Like I said, you need to really release that. The world is about letting it go, wrapping up a cycle, being done. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to really release something so that way something else can come. You have all of these ideas, person watching, about love and how love should go or what you want in love. Didn't I just say that? Woman holding a heart. You have all of these ideas about what you want in love and who you want to be loved by, how you want to be loved. So many ideas of what partnership should be, of what your next partnership is going to be. But you ain't healed a lick. You need to heal. There's still some healing that's going on, right? Even in this Chiron card, it says healing powers, growth, amends, release, personal development, inherited issues. For some of you, these ain't even your issues. For some of you, these could be issues you picked up from your family, right? Well, I don't know how to do this, that, and the third because I didn't have a good role model on that. Like, really pay attention to these things. Self-doubt, generational trauma, shame, sensitivity, forgiveness, superpowers, divinity, cleansing, softness, and pain. A good idea of inherited issues could be, and I've talked about this a little bit over on Twitter. I'm having a Lilith return in Libra. South Node was also in Libra, and I like haven't really been conscious of all of these things that's happening in my chart. And it's interesting because I was just talking about how, especially with this entire transit that's happening, it's not only made me more sexually liberated and comfortable in my sexual liberation, but it's also kind of helped me heal a little bit of my generational inherited issues. I came from women who always dealt with men who weren't healthy for them. Right? My grandmother herself had a husband who would bring her his check, but he also was a violent drunk who would jump on her. Right? My mother didn't have any abuse issues. She wasn't dealing with that. But then again, I saw her kind of give up everything that she's worked hard for men who wouldn't give her two fucking nickels to rub together to get a can of drink. You know what I'm saying? Deal with men who want to be around her, want to be in her energy, want to come kick it, but then can't really contribute to the bills, the kids, the groceries, right? And I feel like I'm at a point now where the way I put it on Twitter, if you in this pussy, I'm in them pockets. Because when push come to shove and when bills need to get paid and when things I need help with certain stuff, I don't want to be giving my body, giving my energy to somebody I can't even rely on. And luckily for me, I've healed enough to be able to ask and have my hand out like the Gross Sisters. Now, whether men have it or not is their business, right? But It's stuff like that where it's just like, no, I'm not gonna deal with anybody that's jumping on me like my grandmother did. But the house is paid for, and I look like I'm living with up with the Jones. I look like I'm one of the one. I'm one of the ones. But I gotta come home to a husband that's jumping on me every night. I'm not doing that, and I'm not dealing with a man that act like he don't know how to kick out the funds when I need it. You want me to kick out some pussy when you want it, but when I'm short on my rent, oh, I ain't got it. Oh, okay. So it's like these types of things. Think about what you've learned even in your partnerships. Are these issues and traumas and triggers, are they even yours? Or is this something you saw your parents go through? Oh, I saw my mama do this, then the third, so now I just can't never trust a man. I saw my daddy do this, then the third. I saw my mama do this to my daddy, so now I can't trust women. Like, is this something that's an issue for you, or is this something you've picked up from your family that now you've carried over and you carrying over into your relationships? Because these things matter. These things matter. Did you see your parent have too much pride? Where you like, oh girl, my mama didn't deal with none of that. My mama left. My mama was a leaver. Oh, okay, that's cute. But how's that working for you in your relationships? Or are you just gonna keep leaving men at the drop of a dime because, oh, I don't need nobody, I'm just gonna leave? That's not helping your relationships. So this is a big conversation about healing. What needs to leave? If this is your ideal of marriage, partnership, love, fill in the blank here. What isn't helping you? What is it that you need to release? You need to heal. You need to come to terms with and make amends with in order to move forward. Sometimes it's just simple as making amends with the fact that the person left. It's over, friend. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't spend the rest of your life trying to make sense about why they left and why the relationship didn't work out. Closure is a myth. I'm sorry. I don't believe in it. Closure is you trying to get somebody to give you some answers so you can make sense as to why it didn't work out. You don't need no answers as to why it didn't. It simply didn't. You have to just simply accept that. But if you feel like you're looking for closure, it's because a piece of you ain't trying to really accept that. You're having a hard time accepting that. I'm trying to see what tarot deck I want to use. I feel like I should buy some more tarot decks. Okay. Tea break. I'm gonna close my eyes and pretend like this is some coffee. I have like 3 different tea bags in here. It smells good. I know that's right. Oh, that's real good. You put me a little sugar in that. That'd be real tasty. All right. Cardigan by Don Tolliver is playing. All right, give me some tarot cards for the collective to confirm what we're saying. Any angel numbers? We do have 44 or 444. We have 11 here. So between 444 and 1111, that could be a number you see a lot. Some collective messages. We have the Knight of Wands, Judgment card, 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and the Star card is reversed. Yeah, so for a lot of you, collectively, because the water and the steam from my tea got on my desk. So for a lot of you, the issue here is a lack of faith. The lack of faith is stemming from whatever past hurts you got going on. What is this lack of faith necessarily? Yeah, and I kind of was about to ask that. The 4 of Swords is down at the bottom of the deck, so it's kind of given. For a lot of you, you could be in separation with somebody, or you could just be separating yourself from potential suitors. Take that for how it resonates. You could be taking a break from dating, or you took a break from dating. Take that for how it resonates. But regardless, though, this lack of faith is rooted in this healing that needs to be done. There's some healing here. There's some growth. There's some, again, making amends with what happened. I keep kind of feeling that here, where it's like you need to make amends with what happened. Whether this is a past relationship that you pre-existingly was in, or you want a new relationship, but you still haven't really made amends with what happened in the past relationship. So now it's affecting your faith in this new one. Regardless of wherever you fall in, though, you have a lack of faith person watching that's kind of hindering you. It's like you kind of judge harshly what's going on. You could be a Libra. I'm seeing judgment here twice, so you could have some Libra in your chart. Aquarius, you could have some Aquarius in your chart. You could even have some Leo in your chart. It's like you want success in a partnership. You want something stable. You want a family. You want somebody who can, really go the distance with you. This Ten of Cups is about longevity, but it's also about, that step by step to make sure the game plan is marriage, right? The Ten of Cups is more of the family. The fantasy, where it's like, oh, we're gonna have this many kids and our wedding is gonna be blue and we're gonna have it in Hawaii. Like, that's all cute or whatever, but this Ten of Pentacles is about, okay, what's the game plan? This is the effort, the step-by-step effort that we're gonna have to put in to make this happen. This is the, game plan as to how we gonna make the life, the wife, the wedding, the family, all of that happen, and it's stable. Something that's not going nowhere. This is something that can stand the test of time. But in order to get that, you could be judging things harshly. For some of you, you also could have a tendency to move too fast. So for some of you, where this is like a healing thing, you could have a certain level of accountability to take when it comes to how you're moving in your relationships. Take your time to get to know these people. If there's ever a lesson that I learned in 2024, is take your time learning these people. We are two individuals trying to come together and merge our lives together as one. Like really let that sink in. This is not the time to be trying to whisk away to the sunset with somebody that you just met 3 weeks ago. I don't care how handsome or attractive they are. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care what they told you. You don't know these people. You don't know these people until a few years after actually dealing with these people. Get about over a year of dealing with somebody. Then that's when you really get to know them. You really get to see them in all facets. So it's like you want victory, you want success, but then simultaneously you don't really trust that exactly what you idealizing, that you want in love, want in a partner, want in friendship, want in family, want in community, you don't really have faith that it'll come to fruition. But you still having the idea and the fantasy in la la land about this is what could be. Something's a little off. The math, somebody not doing math right. You know what I'm saying? Like some in this equation, somebody ain't getting the proper answer. Somebody ain't adding the proper variable around this motherfucker somewhere to really make this formula work. And it's really just rooted in the lack of faith. Clarify this star card reverse for me. What exactly is the lack of faith? Is this an old connection? Is this a new connection? What is this for the collective? Give me one more card. 3, thanks. I needed one more. The Devil card, Queen of Swords, 2 of Swords. So you definitely could be some Aquarius energy, or this could just be the energy Aquarius season is bringing up during this time. It's going to take a conscious effort for you to, for one, work on your faith, but for two, this is also more so about empowering yourself and taking your power back, right? A lack of faith isn't always about a lack of faith on if it'll happen. More times than not, how we don't really see it is the faith comes from us, right? So let's say again, you have all of this hurt and you have all of these things and you feel like, oh, well, this isn't going to work out. Like this isn't going to happen for me. Like I'm never going to find this person. This is a lack of faith pertaining to your own self. And it's because you don't really see how everything that you've been through to this point has molded you to be the person you were supposed to be. Right? For instance, maybe the last relationship really, really hurt you because, oh, they just walked all over me and they didn't like value me. They didn't respect my boundaries, right? How can you also allow this to empower you though? Once you get out of that and you move into your next relationship, are you carrying that same sadness of, oh, well, I want a relationship, but no one values me and no one respects my boundaries? Or are you coming into this with, motherfuckers is gonna respect my boundaries in this next relationship because I'm not dealing with the next one? You see how that has a different tone? You see how that has a different energy? It's kind of like that meme that be going around with like the person sitting on the bus, and then you see them looking out the window and it's like, oh, they didn't respect my boundaries. And then you see somebody else sitting out the window on this side smiling like, oh, they didn't respect my boundaries. Right? At the end of the day, you either gonna be empowered or disempowered. For if you're an Aquarius, I feel like this is very heavy tacked into like Aquarius Pluto energy. For a big message for y'all as of lately has been, you either gonna be empowered or Pluto is gonna disempower you. This Aquarius season is co-ruled by Pluto. You're going to be empowered or you're going to be disempowered. It's one of the two. It's easier said than done to work on your faith. But once you really think about it and shift your perspective on it, you can shift your perspective in a manner where it allows you to take your power back, which can allow you to heal, right? Like I said, you either gonna carry that into your next relationship and go, oh, well, you know, my last relationship really didn't empower me, and they didn't really value me, and they didn't really listen to me, and, you know, they didn't really respect my boundaries, and I just felt so alone, and you can carry that sad, melancholic shit into your next relationship if you want to. But see, you're gonna stay disempowered, and it's going to keep you from growing. You're going to still stay stuck at needing to heal that. Or you can shift gears. Give yourself some grace and say, you know what? That last relationship didn't value me the way I needed. And you know, that really hurt me. I really was hopeful that maybe they would do right by me or that they would love me the way that I needed. But to shift to being empowered is to saying, I guarantee you though, in this next relationship, I'm not dealing with that. I demand to be valued. I demand to be empowered. I demand to be heard and seen and taken care of. My boundaries are not an option. You can either align with my boundaries, respect them, or you can get the fuck on and I'm going to go find somebody else that can do that. That's why I said there's a different, that's a difference in shift. That's a different connotation. That's a different energy field that you kind of moving in now. So it's kind of up to you, person watching, to figure out what side of this totem pole you want to be on. You're going to either be a victor or you're not. You either going to be a victim of your circumstances, a victim of your wounds, a victim of what had happened, or you going to take that energy and transmute that into something else and say, you know what, hell no. Yeah, I kind of allowed them to step over me. I kind of allowed them to not respect my boundaries. I allowed people to talk to me any type of way or treat me any type of way, but not no more. It's a new motherfucking sheriff in town. Check the motherfucking badge, says person watching, right? It kind of just depends on how you want to do this, how you want to play this. Don't be afraid to be cutthroat, okay? Queen of Swords is a woman who says what the fuck she got to say. You see she got her sword up. I will cut your ass. I'm not playing with you. I said what I said. But it's going to take a conscious effort and a conscious mental shift for you to get out of this hurt and into something else. To say, you know what? Yeah, it really hurt me. Yeah, that really disappointed me. Yeah, I still got some crying to do. Yeah, I've been crying, still wiping tears and snot bubbles and shit. But at the end of the day, I will be empowered through this. I'm not a victim of nothing I done went through. Yeah, that last relationship hurt. Yeah, it sucked to know that my best friend that I thought was my best friend really my motherfucking op. But I bet you it'll make me wiser this time. You either gonna sit like this on the window and go, oh, they don't like me. I'm so sad. Or you gonna look at this motherfucking way and say, oh, they don't like me. Oh. Life goes on, right? So it kind of just depends on where you want to be. But you are being triggered at this time to kind of get an upheaval. This is a spiritual upheaval right now. So that way you can see what it is you want to do. You have victory, though. I think fight the power. I don't know why I just heard fight the power, but Six of Wands is here as I was grabbing for it, and it says fight the power. So this made me feel like, again, fight against what's coming on. Fight against it. Go against it. Cry if you have to cry. Like I said, I don't give a damn how you be, but I'm tired of crying. I know, baby, I know. But keep moving forward. Cry and move forward. Cry and move. Cry and move. Cry and move. It'll soak itself up eventually. The tears will dry up eventually. Then after a while, when you think about it, that shit ain't gonna bother you no more. You be like, damn, I really was friends with an op ass bitch. That's crazy. Damn, I really was in love with a hating ass, narcissistic ass man. with a insecure ass woman who just thought that she was just Queen Sheba. That's crazy. It'll be great story to tell at cocktail parties. But you just gotta get through this part first. It's just the ugly part first. So don't judge yourself about how you feeling. Work with yourself about how you feeling. If you want to cry today, cry. If you feel like, bitch, I'm just mad and I woke up feeling so mad today. That's fine. That's totally okay. Okay? If you made it this far to my video, I thank you so much for watching the video in its entirety. Again, my name is B, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of the video. I definitely hope this gave you exactly what it is that you needed, and resonated with those that it needed to resonate with. The signs that I see, again, emphasize Aquarius is very heavy. Capricorn is here. Leo is here. Libra is here twice as heavy. Okay, thank you again so much for checking out my channel, checking out my videos. Leave me some comments, some thumbs up, whatever. If this resonated, you want to let me know how this resonated. There's a red cardinal outside my window, so maybe that's spiritual for something. I know red cardinals are typically about like insecurity, working through your insecurities and stuff like that. So I don't know if anybody needed a sign or an omen, but there it is. Again, definitely check down below in the description box for anything else you need to know about me, how to book with me, where to book at, my other platforms, and all of that other fun stuff like that. Tarot classes are February the 7th, okay? 2025 over review readings, personal readings off the website will be done in the middle of February. I do have shop pay if you are interested and you are balling on a budget like the most of us. All right, thank you again so much. I have to go do other stuff so I can get ready for work. And yeah, until next time, beautiful people, I'll see y'all later.